There's a river called Bok Chitto that cuts through Mississippi. On one side of the river lived the Choctaws, a nation of Indian people. On the other side lived the plantation owners and their slaves. If a slave escaped and made his way across Bok Chitto, the slave was free. One Sunday morning, Martha Tom, a Choctaw, went berry picking for her mama. When Martha Tom couldn't find blackberries on the Choctaw side of the river, she went crossing Bok Chitto. The only way to cross Bok Chitto was a stone path just beneath the surface of the river. When the river flooded, they built the stones up. When the river sank in times of drought, they built the stones down, always just beneath the water's surface. Martha Tom filled her basket, then looked to the sky for the sun to lead her home. But it was cloudy. She was walking deeper into the woods. A skinny black man with a cane stepped out of the trees. The old man climbed a stump and said, "Who will come and go with me?" 100 spirit voices whispered, "We are bound for the promised land." Then someone touched her on the shoulder. "Are you lost?" "You're Choctaw." "What's your name?" "Martha Tom." "Little Mo, this little girl is lost. Take her to the riverbank, and she can get home from there." Little Mo said, "The men from the plantation house told us if we play near the river, the whole family will get into trouble. Son, it's time you learned to be invisible. You move not too fast, not too slow. Eyes to the ground, away you go." Little Mo took Martha Tom by the hand. They skirted past the plantation owners, but no one paid them any mind. Martha Tom and Little Mo arrived at the river. She walked 5 paces back to get a good running start, then leapt into the river. She stood up. "Martha Tom, what kind of witch are you?" Martha Tom laughed. "I'm not any kind of witch. You can do it too. Come on." She took Little Mo by the hand, and together they went crossing Bok Chitto. Every Sunday, Martha Tom would cross Bok Chitto to sit with Little Mo's family in church. Years went by. Then trouble came, as trouble does. The plantation owners sold Little Mo's mother into slavery. "This is our last evening together," said Little Mo's father. Little Mo said, "We can go crossing Bok Chitto." The men in the plantation house saw them working late. The guards with the dogs surrounded the house. And so they did just as Little Mo reminded them. Not too fast, not too slow. Eyes to the ground, away you go. The light from the lanterns shone right through them. "Daddy, I've never been here at night. I can't get us across. You know, we call you Little Mo, but your real name is Moses. Now, Moses, get us across that water." He dipped his arms into the chilly waters till he found the stone path. Moses, quick as a bird, flew across the stones and burst into Martha Tom's home. "The men are after us. We're trying to cross the river. Can you help us?" She went to every home, pushed open the doors, and called inside, "Women, put on your white dresses, bring a candle, and meet me at the river." The guards stood on the slave side of the river with their dogs, lanterns, and guns. Suddenly, they saw emerging from the fog a band of angels. Then, stepping out onto the water with a candle in hand and her other hand outstretched, was Martha Tom. She was walking on top of the water singing, "Ni takish tayo pigmano, Jesus ut minatati, la holy lito mama, Chihotaya lashki." We are bound for the promised land. She took Little Mo by the hand, and together all 7 of them went crossing Bok Chitto. When they reached the Choctaw side of the river, they disappeared into the fog, never to be seen on the slave side again.